Welcome to GunnShots Straight from the Hip, the show that explores the lives of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. These are uplifting stories of people just like you who touch the lives of others just by being themselves. The views expressed are those of the speaker and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of any advertiser or business entity associated with this broadcast. Here is your host, Mark Gunn.
Welcome to another episode of GunnShots Straight from the Hip. My name is Mark Gunn. This time we are coming to you from the studios of 104.7 WLOU Jams in Louisville, Kentucky during Black History Month. Why? Because WLOU is one of the oldest radio stations in the country, serving a primarily African-American audience. We've been around for almost 80 years. And I happen to be the program director, afternoon personality, and the vice president of radio programming for our parent company, Aircom Media. We're also coming to you because it is Black History Month in February, and I want to introduce you to a young man who is the co-owner of the #1 ranked bed and breakfast in the country, number 6th in the world. Yeah, it's another living piece of Black history. On this episode of GunnShots Straight from the Hip.
Dee in the morning, continuous jams all day. It's 104.7 WLOU Jams. Mark Gunn holding it down. Black History Month continues. And you know, we've got a little bit of history right here in the 502. As a matter of fact, there is a bed and breakfast that is one of the best kept secrets in Louisville. However, it is the #1 bed and breakfast according to TripAdvisor and the number 6th ranked in the world. Let me say that again. #1 ranked with TripAdvisor, number 6 in the world. And I'm here with one of the owners and proprietors, Mr. Alan Mitchell. How you doing, brother?
I am great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, so let's talk a little bit of history because the location is over across from Central Park, over on
4th and Park.
Yeah, 4th and Park.
Uh-huh.
And it's in one of the most beautiful Victorian houses in the area.
Yes, and so it's the largest collection of Victorian homes in the United States, that neighborhood. And so we happen to be right on 4th and Park, right across from Central Park.
All right, so let's talk about your background because we know, I know personally that you come from a culinary background.
So I would say my guests have coined me as a Renaissance man. I've done the college, undergrad, master's. I've done the corporate sector, working in HR, working with students on a campus level, traveling to universities and bringing in STEM majors for a bank. And once upon a time, I was an HR business partner for a financial firm out of Connecticut. But I've always had a passion for cooking. I grew up cooking with my grandmother, True Love Mitchell. Love her to death. And my mother, Lovey Young. And then from there, you know, my last role, I was laid off and it was like, what can I do with my natural given talents and be in control of my own destiny? And here we are with Louisville Bourbon Inn.
So how did you end up in Louisville?
This business. So my business partner and I, we traveled to different universities, not universities, different states to look at bed and breakfasts. And then we kept coming back to the Louisville Bourbon Inn. It was open year round. The weather is not horrible here versus, you know, in Maine is 6 months on, 6 months off. And it just made sense here. The rich history, the food scene, the bourbon really attracted us.
Now, I do have some B-roll of the place that you'll be seeing here shortly. So what made that particular house so attractive to you?
Well, the history. The house is built in 1884 by Russell Hughes Houston. And it was just to learn the story. And also, since it's Black History Month, that was a house that, you know, there were no black owners on that street.
Right. And
they were helpers. If they were allowed in the house, they were basically slaves. They were workers. And so for me, it made sense. It was a moment that kind of full circle moment for me. I am now an owner of said property where we were not allowed on the front of the house or the main areas of the home. So it just made sense for me.
All right. Well, right now, once again, we are talking with Alan Mitchell, who is one of the owners of the Louisville Bourbon Inn. It is a bed and breakfast. Not an Airbnb. Some people will get that confused. And we're going to get more into some of the features of what people can expect when they go into the home in just a little bit. It's 104.7 WLOU Jams. If you're an advertiser, one of the most important things about getting your message out is actually standing out from the rest of the crowd. If you're listening to this program right now, this is where you'd hear your commercial. As an exclusive sponsor of GunnShots Straight from the Hip, your commercial is professionally produced and gets a longer shelf life based on your needs. GunnShots Straight from the Hip is a unique and compelling program unlike anything else in the marketplace. Episodes are available for download on iTunes, TuneIn, and MarkGunnMedia.com. And depending on how you tailor your message, the potential for new and repeat customers is that much greater. Best of all, it's extremely cost-effective. If you'd like more information on how you can be a sponsor of this broadcast, call Mark Gunn Media Inc. at 502-407-0283. That's 502-407-0283. Or log on to MarkGunnMedia.com. For downloads of this and past episodes and information about all the multimedia services we offer, log on to our website at www.markgunmedia.com. That's markgunmedia.com.
Welcome back to Gunshots Straight from the Hip. We are coming to you from the studios of 1047 WLOU Jams in Louisville, Kentucky, one of America's oldest urban contemporary radio stations. To check us out online, it's WLOUonline.com. You can also download the app, and you can also follow us on social media. We're talking with Alan Mitchell, the co-owner of the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the #1 ranked bed and breakfast in the country, #6 in the world. It's Black history because he's one of a handful of Black owners of a bed and breakfast, and it's incredible. Here's more of our conversation.
DD in the morning, continuous jams all day. It's 1047 WLOU Jams. Mark Gunn with Alan Mitchell of the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the bed and breakfast. History making right here in the heart of downtown Louisville, in Old Louisville, as a matter of fact, 4th and Park. Again, #1 rated bed and breakfast according to TripAdvisor, and #6 in the world.
Yes, #6 in the world.
How?
I would say people ask me, like, what do you do differently than other bed and breakfasts? And I say the main ingredient is love. Mm-hmm. You know, Black History Month, I know what it feels like to be mistreated. I know what it feels like to say you have no value. But when people walk into my house, to the Louisville Bourbon Inn, to our home, right, the main ingredient during their stay is love. You know, there's no saying no. It is, we will find a way to make whatever you need happen. The food is Southern influence. Yes. I grew up in the South, so I can match your palate with whatever you desire.
And I can tell you firsthand because the fellas in the Mod Squad and I had a chance to do a photo shoot there. Mm-hmm. And we filmed an episode of keeping my fingers crossed, yes, of a podcast that you're launching.
Yes. It's called The Black Table. Mm-hmm. And it is it's about community. It is telling our stories or hearing our stories from us. There is no erasing of the history when we're still alive.
And right now it is in post-production. And then once we get it, we get it together, we will let everybody know where they can see it in the whole 9 yards. So let's talk about some of the features of the house, because when you walk in, well, I walked in through, I think it may have been one of the servants' entrances.
So you entered through the butler's pantry?
The butler's pantry, yeah, and there it is.
So that space is for our guests 24/7. They have access to sodas, snacks, coffee, tea, 24/7. And then shortly turn to your right, you'll enter into the dining room with that split flue fireplace. Yes. And it's just the grandness of that space. And our guests enjoy breakfast there. Mm-hmm. All the breakfast is made fresh every morning. Nothing's frozen and thawed out overnight and heated up in the oven for you.
Right.
Everything is made fresh and by scratch in the morning. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure my guests have fresh food.
And once you go through the dining room, you've got one of the, I'm not going to call it the main sitting area because there's several throughout the house.
Yes, that's our formal parlor. Mm-hmm. And I love plants. So in the house, there's probably 60 plants. I love plants. And so it's a natural way to filter the air in the house and provide guests with fresh air in the house. But, that's our formal parlor. Amazing space. Guests would just order cocktails and sit and relax and have a great time.
Now, so you've got that part of it. But when you walk through the double doors of the main parlor, you're getting to this absolutely gorgeous staircase.
Yes, you have a great memory. Wow. Yeah, so there is three levels of floating staircase.
Yes.
All original, all wood. It's just, and it creaks just a little bit, but that is truly
That adds to the charm.
That's the character of it all. It's an amazing home, and honestly, it took them 2 years to build a house. And the exterior walls are three layers of brick, and that's how they used to insulate the home.
Right.
And then the little statue right there going up the stairs.
Yes,
that was the original gas lamp for the house. That's how they lit the staircase up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And as you walk up the first round of stairs, you've got a seating area in the windowsill, and it circles up to the first floor of bedrooms.
Yes.
I think it's 3 bedrooms and a library.
Right. So there's a library, the Mint Julep, the Grand Derby. The library is where guests would just hang out, relax, play games. There's Apple TV in the room, in that space. And then I also, on the other side, is my side of the house as well. So,
right.
Yes.
So from there's one more floor of guest rooms as well.
Yeah, so on the 3rd floor, you'll have the old-fashioned, the Manhattan, and the Kentucky Sunrise Suite. And again, I have my space on the other side of that wall as well. But those suites, the Sunrise Suite is was a queen-size room, but now it's been converted to a king-size room. It has an outdoor space. And then the other 2 rooms are king-size as well. And also on the 2nd floor, the Grand Derby has its own private balcony as well.
Now, how much of the woodwork, flooring, and everything is original, and how much is refurbished?
It is all original. It is all original.
That is insane.
And crazy enough, just this past week, I met the realtor. So once upon a time, the city was going to tear these homes down, and Harvey Sloan stepped in and saved the homes. And I met the realtor that was working with Harvey Sloan that saved those 3 homes.
Oh, wow.
So he shared some stories with me when he toured the property and had people who were interested in buying it, that there basically was a waterfall coming down those very stairs that we appreciate so much now.
Nice. Once again, we are talking with Alan Mitchell, who is one of the owners of the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the bed and breakfast that is #1 ranked in the country by TripAdvisor and #6 ranked in the world. And I want to talk more about the headiness of all of that, because again, this is one of Louisville's best kept secrets, and it's a living bit of living bit of Black history as well. So we've got more coming up right after this. For those of you that voted in the last election, for the 92% of you that voted for Kamala Harris, for the near 80% of you that voted for Kamala Harris, and for those of you that voted against your best interests by voting for a convicted felon and his puppet master, and you're in the middle of the F around and find out phase, for those of you that are complaining about the Black community not standing up in solidarity with you while you go through the F around and find out phase. And for those of you, for whatever reason, sat out this last election, this message is for you. All the whining, complaining, moaning, it's time for it to stop. I'm tired of hearing it. Tired of seeing it on social media. You've got one chance to stop 47 and his puppet master. 2026 in the midterms. All 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 33 of the 100 seats in the United States Senate will be up for grabs. And if you paid attention during this last election, then you know that both houses are Republican majorities by the slimmest of margins. For instance, 3 seats is all it takes for Democrats to take over the United States Senate. And very few seats is all it takes for Democrats to take over the House of Representatives. Why am I bringing this up now? Because insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What do I mean? It never fails. Every election season, you start hearing media outlets and radio stations talking about register and vote. We're going in early as a media company and in my position as Vice President of Radio Programming for Aircom Media. We are stressing the importance of voter registration and mobilization and education right now. So if you are not registered to vote, get registered. Educate yourself on who's occupying the House of Representatives and who's occupying the United States Senate. If you have people that you want to see in those houses, don't do what a lot of people do. A lot of candidates will do this in election season. They start scrambling for funds and they show up trying to buy advertising at the last minute while spending very little money. Again, insanity. So, like I said, I'm tired of hearing you moan. I'm tired of hearing you complain. For those of you that voted for the puppet master and his puppet, this is completely on you. For those of you that sat out the election, this is on you. And we all have one chance to make this right. Once again, all 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 33 of the 100 seats in the United States Senate are up for grabs. You've got one chance. If you are not registered to vote, get registered. If you need to check your registration status, do that. Start learning about your candidates, who you want in office. Get them started now.
This is Mark Gunn Media. For downloads of this and past episodes and information about all the multimedia services we offer, log on to our website at www.markgunmedia.com. That's markgunmedia.com. Welcome back to Gunshots Straight from the Hip. My name is Mark Gunn. We are here at the studios of 1047 WLOU Jams in Louisville, Kentucky, one of Louisville's oldest urban contemporary radio stations and a history maker in and of itself. Speaking of history, our conversation with Alan Mitchell continues about the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the #1 ranked bed and breakfast in the country, #6 in the world, and it is Black owned.
Deity in the morning, continuous jams all day. 1047 WLOU Jams. Our celebration of Black History Month continues. Alan Mitchell of the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the bed and breakfast that is #1 ranked by TripAdvisor, #6 ranked in the world. A lot of people don't know about it. And because of this is living Black history, we definitely wanted to talk about it. Now let's talk what was the process as far as TripAdvisor giving you the ranking, if you know. Oh, okay. And then the global ranking.
So it is all merit based. It is basically all my guest reviews from all the platforms. So you'll have the TripAdvisor, you'll have the Expedia, you have the Google, the Yelp. All of them flow through TripAdvisor because TripAdvisor is the largest travel advisory firm in the world. And so basically they rank them based on the frequency of reviews and the details from the reviews. And so basically, we have so many guests that leave reviews because they truly enjoy their spaces, and we're not paying them to write a review. We're not giving them anything. It is truly, they've had an amazing time. They felt the love, and they feel like writing a review.
And, one of the things that as a marketing professional, one of the things that I love about businesses like yours is that there are just some businesses that do not need advertising because the word of mouth or social media is pretty much everything that you need. How often are you booked, or what is a typical booking season like for you?
So right now we're in our season where we're starting to peak. We're starting to get busy. Typically we are slow the month of towards the tail end of December through January,
right,
and a portion of February. But we are starting to get a lot, or actually have more guests coming through. It just typically happens that way. But in our slow seasons, we have a lot of like gatherings and parties and events for people. There's tons of birthdays in the house. There's tons of weddings or engagements or elopement parties. We do all of that.
Oh, so you don't necessarily have to be a guest in order to take advantage of the facilities.
True, very true. So typically with our events, we do ask that there's at least a one night stay. But a lot of the elopements, that includes a one night stay. So you're staying overnight. For parties, we do at least a person that's organizing the party, rent out a nice portion of the house. Right. And we work with our guests. We make the numbers look nice, and so that everyone has an experience in that historic space.
Now, I wasn't able to research this because I'm not quite sure of how many of us are owning bed and breakfasts. I know there's a lot of folks that are getting into Airbnb, but the actual bed and breakfast is, I don't want to call it a throwback, but it's the precursor and the more traditional route to hosting those. Yeah.
Yes. I would say I've done my research. I haven't come across another Black owner. Not saying that there aren't any, but I haven't come across. I haven't met anyone. Right. It would be amazing to be able to share the space and share knowledge, but that just hasn't happened just yet.
Oh, man. And, I think once people see this, once people hear this, I think the inquiries are going to start coming again. Now, let's talk about your personal journey. Once again, we're talking with Alan Mitchell, who is one of the owners of the Louisville Bourbon Inn Bed and Breakfast. Again, and I have to keep saying this because this is Black history in the making. The number 1 ranked bed and breakfast by TripAdvisor and number 6 ranked in the world.
Yes, sir.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around.
Same here. I walk down those stairs and I'm like literally in a fairy tale. Like this, it's hard work. And there are some days where it is tough, but what centers me is that word love. And that's what brings it back to me. I'm not in it to get rich. I'm in this. There's a purpose. There's a reason. There's a calling. And I think everything happened for a reason. That's why I'm there.
And I think we had a conversation about that during our visit. Besides the fact of more of us getting into this type of space. And I remember a couple of the stories that you told us just here locally, some issues that you had to deal with. And it speaks to the perseverance that we have as a people anyway. Right. No matter what field of endeavor that we go into, there are always going to be challenges, but there's always a way to get through. Once again, we're talking with Alan Mitchell, and we will be paying some bills here in just a second. More to come. Stick around.
This is Mark Gunn Media. Hit it!
One of the biggest accomplishments we've had over the past year is the continued growth of our podcast, GunnShots Straight from the Hip. If you haven't heard it, you can check it out now on our website at markgunmedia.com or on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or the TuneIn Radio app. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Past episodes are available for download right now. Each episode is written and produced from a perspective not heard enough in this medium, the Black perspective. However, GunnShots Straight from the Hip is not limited to a Black audience. Anyone can get something out of it. We tackle social and political issues, sometimes some slice of life stuff, in a way that's very compelling and unlike any other podcast on the market right now. With my experience as an award-winning audio producer and a reputation for being rather outspoken, GunnShots Straight from the Hip is something you won't want to miss. Over the next year, we want to add more subscribers with a goal of 1,000 new subscribers every month. If you haven't joined us yet, go to our website, markgunmedia.com, and hit the podcast link. You could also subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you're already with us, thank you. We just ask that you turn your friends and family on to us. Remember, we have a goal of 1,000 new subscribers every month, and we can't do it without your support. That's GunnShots Straight from the Hip.
Available right now at markgunmedia.com, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or the Tuned In Radio app. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Mark Gun Media. No hype, no hoopla, just damn good work.
Welcome back to Gunshots Straight from the Hip. My name is Mark Gunn. We are here at the studios of 104.7 WLOU Jams in Louisville, Kentucky. And we're talking with Alan Mitchell, the owner of the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the #1 ranked bed and breakfast in the country, #6 in the world during Black History Month. By the way, if you want to check out past episodes of Gunshots Straight from the Hip, go to my website, markgunmedia.com, and the podcast link is right on the homepage. All right? Here's more of our conversation with Alan Mitchell.
DD in the morning, continuous jams all day, 104.7 WLOU Jams. We are visiting with Alan Mitchell, who is the co-owner of the Louisville Bourbon Inn. It's a bed and breakfast here in the heart of Louisville. #1 ranked by TripAdvisor, #6 ranked in the world. We've been talking about the beauty of the facility and your journey into basically betting on yourself.
Yes, yes.
So I know with any sort of business, anything dealing with the public, you have some craziness that happens every now and then. Anything wild or any memorable guests that you've had that maybe they weren't destructive, but just quirky in their kind of way?
Well, so I'm an outgoing person. I love socializing. I love making sure my guests have everything they need rather. I've had a guest once where I just couldn't read the person. Right. And I wasn't sure if it was my presence that was making them, retreat inward. But it turns out it wasn't me. It was just a characteristic of that, or characteristics of that person. He ended up leaving an amazing review. He truly enjoyed his stay. And I could have thought otherwise. I was like, oh my gosh, it's my first bad review.
Right.
But I rolled out the red carpet, which as I do for everyone. But it turned out to be amazing. I have not had, knock on wood, any bad reviews or any bad experiences with guests. It has all been love, nothing but love.
I mean, and the space just kind of, you walk in and the wow factor is as soon as you set foot in the door. And with, what I liked about the photo shoot that we did there was there was so much natural light that we could work with. And in any part of the house that you sit in, if it's not the library or the parlor, you could be sitting in one of the window seats or the window sills, and you'd be comfortable no matter what. Right. And I think that's to the credit of the aura of the house and its caretakers. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm OCD about all the things. If it's not clean, it's not done right the first time, we have an issue.
Oh, man. Now, if people want to get more information about the Bourbon Inn, how can they do that?
Yes, our website is LouisvilleBourbonInn.com. We have social media, so it's Lou Bourbon Inn for the Instagram, and then just search Louisville Bourbon Inn on Facebook. And then it has links or our phone numbers on there and how to get in contact with us. You can book a room. If you're staycations, reach out to us directly. We will do a local discount for our local people. But we have a great time. So to come and see. I also give tours. If you want to stop in for a tour, I'll give you a tour of the property. You want to discuss a party, I'm your man. I also do private dinners. So I'm your person.
Oh, and this brother this brother is serious in the kitchen. I witnessed it firsthand, okay? So we're going to wrap this up, but as a younger entrepreneur,
yes, sir,
we have a lot of people that are entering the entrepreneurial space. What bit of advice would you give somebody that's wanting to do something on their own at this point?
The one thing I will say, especially to the Black community or my Black youth that are trying to find a path or have some things in mind, follow your passion, believe in yourself. And when one door closes or if someone just tells you no to your face, there's someone else down the line that's going to tell you yes and give you an opportunity. So first of all, believe in yourself.
All right. And you can't get anywhere else if you don't believe in yourself. So once again, when you get a chance, check out LouBourbonin.com.
LouisvilleBourbonIn.com.
LouisvilleBourbonIn.com. Okay, there you go. So that is the website. And have a conversation with Alan, man, because I'm telling you, the place is a labor of love. And when you walk in, the memory's going to stay with you, and you'll probably want to book something right then and there. Okay. So once again, we've been kicking it with Alan Mitchell, who is one of the owners of the Louisville Bourbon Inn, the bed and breakfast that is ranked number 1 by TripAdvisor. I'm going to keep saying that. Number 6 in the world. And again, man, I appreciate you stopping in today, man.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. My business partner, Jeff Oakes, and I, we're just truly grateful for this opportunity. So thank you so much.
You've been listening to Gunshots Straight from the Hip. The views expressed are those of the host and guests and not reflective of any business entity or anyone associated with this broadcast. If you have any comments or want more information on how to be a sponsor, log on to our website at markgunmedia.com or call us at 502-407-0283. That's 502-407-0283. Thank you for listening.
Mark Gun Media. No hype, no hoopla, just damn good work.